Hello everyone, my name is Paul Hughes, and once again you join me stood outside of a cinema and stuff like that after watching a film where after watching it I come out and basically say what I think, because that's how I roll. This time, at this time of day, it is Murder on the Orient Express. Yes, the remake of the Agatha Christie novel, which has been done a few times, I think, and to be honest, the last time I saw Hercules Parrot was played by David Suchet. Quite a number of years at this point. But anyway, this is effectively the update adaptation of the Agatha Christie novel. It's got an all-star cast, including the lady from Star Wars, Josh Gad, who turns up in Beauty and the Beast, William Dafoe, Judi Dench, Johnny Depp as, well, someone with a slightly dodgy accent. That's, I don't know, maybe he was just doing this again for the divorce money. Who can say? But after what seemed like an eternity, I have to be honest, Murder on the Orient Express is your perfect definition of a 5 out of 10 film if you like such score systems. It's not bad, but it's not good either. It's perfectly in the middle. The CGI is, of course, absolutely atrocious. And you can tell that pretty much all the money went on the stars in this, because aside from a couple of train sets, apart from a couple of sets for the train and one or two bits near the Wailing Wall in supposedly Jerusalem during the mid-1930s, where it looked like it was... This could have been a made-for-TV film, honestly. And I think ITV beat them to the punch years ago on that score. I'm not entirely sure, aside from cash or otherwise, why they felt this needed to be done again, to be perfectly honest. There are some highlights. I mean, Kenneth Branagh is actually pretty damn good as Hercules Parrot, but some of the others were just sort of... It's almost like they basically watch previous soap operas or like Law and Order, I guess, and then go, right, and gasp, and set up various things for what turns out to be the end. They do try and add a little bit of action and so forth, but it's sort of like... And Hercules Parrot in this is pretty much shown as being like the world's best everything. He knows exactly what's going to happen where. He has attested to, even in the opening section, where he puts his cane in the wall and tells someone to cover a gate further along the wall. Then all of a sudden the perpetrator of that particular crime runs into the armed officer and then runs into his cane, which was conveniently put in the wall earlier, because why not? You see, that's how good Hercules Parrot is. Oh, and he also makes makes sure that everyone knows it's Hercule, not Hercules. I do not fight the people. The accent is a little bit thick, what Kenneth Branagh does, but yeah, for the most part, you're going to understand. The scenes with his beloved Catherine, well, it's basically him talking to his photo in French, didn't really add anything to the story, kind of pointless. Obviously they make quite a bit of thing of, well, I say quite a bit, there's a little bit of the old racism bait thing, obviously that was akin to the 1930s, some of it heavily laboured, to be honest, but what are you gonna do? So, Murder on the Orient Express, It's not bad, it's not good, it's definitely perfectly down the middle. And some people may actually just start yawning or wondering when it's going to end at certain points, because it does drag on the odd occasion, but this type of film would. You know, it's a murder mystery. It's not exactly going to be like 5 minutes and right, cup of tea, everyone sit down. Love the costumes, you know, the 1930s garb and everything else that they were wearing, but I could take it or leave it, to be honest, and I can't really say to anyone, rush out to the cinema to see it, to be honest. Maybe Netflix if you're into crime thriller shit. But anyway, campers, that's it. There you go. Murder on the Orient Express, Hercules Parrot. Meh. You'll never see that on any film review channel, will you? Anyway, campers, I'm going to bugger off now for tea and crumpets, but I'll be back later with something else. Oh yes. Until then, take it easy, and I'll say some shit to you all on camera soon. But until then, bye!